Being an actor in Hollywood involves having an ego. You have to in order to survive such a superficial industry. However, some folks take it a little too far with their egos getting the best of them. So today on Top 10 Beyond the Screen, we're going to be counting down our list of the top 10 famous actors everyone hates working with. Let's jump in. Coming in at number 10, Val Kilmer. Back in 2017, actor Val Kilmer took part in a Reddit Ask Me Anything session, with him receiving a slew of questions about his illustrious career. However, a lot of the questions that arose were also about the rumors that he is quite difficult to work with, particularly on the set of Batman Forever. Kilmer gave a very candid and lengthy response stating, I quote, "I didn't do enough hand-holding and flattering and reassuring to their financiers. I only cared about the acting and that didn't translate to caring about the film or all that money." He went on to state that he took risks when working on the movie, and in his mind these risks were meant to secure the artistic integrity of the film, but it didn't come across that way, and even Kilmer went on to state that he was foolish and that it took him a long time to understand, stating, "Sometimes when you're the head of a project and the lead actor is usually the reason a film is being made, unless it's a superstar director, then it's only fair to make the people feel good and happy they're at work. I was often unhappy trying to make a picture better." Coming in at 9, Marlon Brando. Now, although this prolific actor passed away in 2004, this does not diminish the sheer amount of rumors that circulated about Brando during his glory days. He was a talented actor, of course, but he took the title way back when for being one of the most difficult stars to work with an ego that swelled to the size of his talent. During production on Apocalypse Now, many rumors surfaced about the actor's poor work ethic. Taking on the role of the Mad Colonel Kurtz, Brando was supposed to be a lean, furious warrior. However, he showed up to set vastly overweight and unprepared, even shaving his head just because he felt like it. Not only that, but he insisted on wearing a muumuu because he was embarrassed of his weight, and even refused to act with his co-star Dennis Hopper due to Hopper's battle with drug addiction. Arguably worst of all, Brando refused to learn his part and had to be fed every single line of dialogue while his co-stars waited on him. Nightmare. Coming in at 8, Shannen Doherty. Doherty was a breakout star in the 90s show Beverly Hills 90210, with the actress earning a reputation as one of the most difficult actresses to work with. Her co-star in 90210, Jason Priestley, described Doherty's behavior in his book, Jason Priestley: A Memoir, stating that she truly did not give a shit, even noting that she complained when a publicist had a town car pick her up instead of a limo. However, as we know, it wasn't just Priestley that felt this way about the actress. She very publicly had a falling out with her other co-star Jenny Garth, which resulted in the two having an on-set brawl, which forced Tori Spelling to approach her producer father Aaron Spelling and request Doherty be let go. She never returned to the show, although she did appear on the CW spin-off show 90210 in 2008. Coming in at 7, Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is notorious for being a difficult actor to work with, but during his days of shooting Blade, the actor was rumored to be horrific. Patton Oswalt was outspoken about his time shooting the Blade sequel, with a large majority of the stories focusing on how much everyone hated Wesley Snipes. He states that the actor would rarely come out of his trailer, and when he did, he would be vile to absolutely everyone, particularly the film's director David Goyer. At one point he took Goyer aside and insisted he should quit the movie, to which Goyer replied that perhaps he should leave instead, and that they had already shot all of his close-ups and his stand-in could do the rest. Savage. Their relationship became so hostile that Snipes would only communicate with the director via post-it notes. I love post-it notes, so I respect that. Coming in at 6, James Franco. I mean, this really isn't a surprise. Franco constantly seems to be stirring the pot in Hollywood, but none more so than while shooting the military drama Annapolis alongside Tyrese Gibson. By Franco's own admission, he was in a period of his career where he wanted to fully immerse himself in the characters he played. And of course, in Annapolis, he played a boxer who wants to go to the Naval Academy, resulting in Franco filming a lot of fight scenes. During one such scene, he fought alongside Gibson, and quite literally gave it his all, even hitting Gibson repeatedly. That's right, no stage fighting, fully hitting him in the face. Gibson wasn't expecting this and was incredibly unhappy about it, with the two expressing how much they hated each other following the release of the movie. Honestly, I can't blame Gibson for that. I wouldn't be too happy about someone hitting me in the face without warning me first. Coming in at 5, Bruce Willis. A few years back, Bruce Willis starred in the widely panned action comedy Cop Out, directed by Kevin Smith, who, following the release of the movie, launched a blistering attack on the actor, stating that his experience working with Willis was, I quote, soul-crushing. Smith claimed that the actor refused to help promote the movie, which resulted in its weak ticket sales. I quote, "It was difficult. I've never been involved in a situation like that where one component is not in the box at all. It was soul-crushing." He also revealed that Willis was a pain on set as well, refusing to sit for promotional photos for the movie's posters. Willis and Smith both grew up in New Jersey, with Smith stating that he was a big fan of the star before he got to know the real Bruce. Wow. Shots fired. Coming in at number 4, Lea Michele. There have been a ton of rumours and reports about Lea Michele's diva-ish antics while filming the hit show Glee while it was on the air, with the actress having a very public fallout with co-star Naya Rivera. However, that wasn't the only star Michele managed to piss off. According to reports, filming with Michele brought Kate Hudson zero glee. Kate Hudson appeared in a 6-episode arc playing a dance teacher to Michele's character. According to Hudson, Michele was a total diva and a nightmare to work with. Once during a technical delay, Lea apparently snapped her fingers and said, "Let's go, I have plans." Coming in at 3, Edward Norton. Norton has starred in a slew of successful Hollywood movies, from American History X to Fight Club to Primal Fear. He is an incredible actor, however apparently his on-set antics aren't much to be desired. It became public knowledge that during Norton's time filming The Incredible Hulk, he wanted complete creative control over the project, which resulted in a lot of tension between him and director Louis Leterrier. According to Slash Film, Norton rewrote the script shortly before production began, adding new dialogue and character motivations. Following the release of the movie, the director discussed how Norton and Marvel did not get along. I quote, "The press is what kept Edward and Marvel from talking to each other. The argument was nothing, but then it became something big." Norton departed the franchise after the movie and the role was recast, with Mark Ruffalo nabbing the part. Thank God. Coming in at 2, Gwyneth Paltrow. No surprise here, I've never trusted Gwyneth Paltrow, never have, never will. Especially after reading about the things that supposedly went down between her and my baby Scarlett Johansson during filming of Iron Man 2. According to reports, Paltrow was far from friendly towards newbie at the time, Johansson, and clearly snubbed her co-star as well as members of the production team. According to a source, Paltrow made no attempts to make friends with Johansson, who played the role of Black Widow, and even the crew preferred to be around her husband at the time, Chris Martin, instead of Paltrow. I quote, "Gwyneth is extremely cool at work, she's just a step above professional, too snobby." A source went on to add, I quote, "Gwyneth is not friendly to anyone and tends to make people feel awkward and uncomfortable. She wasn't outright rude to Scarlett, she just didn't even speak to her. Gwyneth went out of her way to avoid Scarlett and they had zero contact, at Gwyneth's choosing." And finally, coming in at number 1, Shia LaBeouf. At this point it's hard not to come across a negative story about Shia LaBeouf. He is seemingly a pain to work with on every movie set, including Fury and Lawless. While on set of Lawless, in which he played one of the 3 bootlegging brothers, LaBeouf fully embraced his role by drinking moonshine and starting fights. One particular occurrence happened between takes, with Shia attacking Tom Hardy, who played his brother, even knocking him out. Nightmare. While shooting World War II drama Fury alongside Brad Pitt, Shia refused to bathe throughout the entire shoot. Not only that, but he also punched Pitt. There seems to be a theme here, clearly. However, in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, he kind of redeemed himself by admitting that him and the rest of the cast vied for Pitt's attention on a daily basis. And under the instruction of director David Ayer, the cast had fistfights on set every day. I quote, "It worked. It bonded us. You can only get so much out in a conversation with a bunch of boys in that kind of setting. Fighting is really intimate." Right, okay Shia, whatever you say. I can bond with people without punching them. Just saying. I just straight up ship them. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any actors that we missed? Tell me, who do you think would be the worst actor to work with? Leave me all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below and perhaps we can do a part 2. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. Also, before we go, don't forget to subscribe to our new channel, Tier List Official, where we rank everything and anything from fast food to YouTubers to best movies to scariest movies. So check it out. And until next time, see you later.